was like, who's texting me at 9:30 at night? Wow, I'm popular.
Popular. You're gonna be... No, I'm not gonna sing right now.
Why not? The mic's on.
I know, that's why I'm not going to sing.
The mic's on.
in its natural habitat.
Popular.
Singing when she thinks no one's listening.
Go ahead.
Little does she know, millions of YouTube viewers are watching.
Millions?
Oh yeah.
I've heard of one subscriber.
We've got at least one.
Legend tells of a man named Karl.
His name's Karl. Hi, Karl.
Tell him I love him.
That was a quote from an obscure Disney movie. So,
which one?
Moving right along.
Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch has a glitch.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. I thought it was going to...
They have a talent show with all the little girls in Lilo's dance class, and the mean one, the redhead, gets up and she starts doing a hula dance.
I hate that girl.
She's singing along.
What's her name, Myrtle?
Yeah, she's like, legend tells of a man named Karl. She's doing the hula dance.
I gotta see that. I've never seen that
fun.
movie.
Sorry.
We're recording.
Yep. I was just looking back to make sure you knew we were recording. Welcome to No Bummers. It's the podcast where we talk about whatever we want, and the only rule is no bummers.
I'm Jackie.
I'm Morgan.
And I am the milk that's left in the bottom of your cereal bowl. K-Bars. Each week we'll be talking about something that's captured our attention this week. We've also each brought a topic that neither of the other two hosts know beforehand. We just talk about things that we like, we're curious about, or that make us happy. Morgan, what's your hyperfixation this week?
It's weird, and you guys are gonna make fun of me for sure. But there's a musical that's like getting some traction on TikTok. It's called Ride the Cyclone.
Is it the Taco Bell musical?
No, I haven't heard of that one, but I need to.
Dolly Parton did a Taco Bell musical.
What?
All right.
When was that released?
Cancel the rest of the
We're
podcast.
just
Podcast
watching
over.
this.
Sign me up.
Today it released today.
I haven't heard about that at all. I'm sorry.
Can I help you?
I couldn't hold it.
You
Just
can
move
walk.
this mic closer.
Trent, you can walk.
No, we're good. We're fine.
Am I talking too quiet? I can talk louder.
Yeah, talk louder.
Okay.
You have legs.
I know, but they can't see my face. That's the whole deal with the podcast.
Your legs can't see your face.
His legs must be a secret from his face.
No, my face is a secret. Keep doing the podcast!
Okay.
Well, you can see why we would get distracted.
You don't piss off our producer.
I didn't say anything.
by the giant man sliding across the floor.
Do not edit this out. This means to keep it in.
Welcome back. Thanks for letting me put my dog in the basement.
And turn
You're
on a TV
welcome.
show for him.
Dog TV. Just search it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Shameless plug for something that I have nothing to do with. But my dog loves it. Hey Morgan, what are you about this week?
You guys are gonna think it's weird, and that's fine. Just like let me live the way that I want to live, okay? But
You got it.
It's a
feel like we have
musical. No, you haven't, because you had a lot to say about me eating cheese with my ramen last week. But don't you're doing the eyes. Okay, listen, you two, listen. There's a musical that's very weird that's like gotten some traction on TikTok, and it's called Ride the Cyclone. And it's about...
What's it about?
I'll tell you. It's about this accident that happened at an amusement park where this like roller coaster like went off the tracks and a bunch of people died. And so most of them were like these like school kids from this specific school. And so, like, the whole musical is just, like, them talking about their lives and then, like, talking about the accident. It sounds really dark, but the way that they wrote the music, it's, like, sounds, like, fun and silly. But
play Cyclone by Baby Bash by chance?
no, but they should.
They should. Anyway.
But there's like
is there one by T-Pain? Who's the other one that sang a
She
Cyclone?
moves her body like
Yeah, is that
a
T-Pain?
cyclone. Baby Bash.
Oh, is that the one that you're talking about?
yeah.
Embarrassing.
But there's
Cut
one
it. Cut the
song.
cameras.
No, leave it in. There's one song that's like specifically about this one. There was a girl. This is a real accident. I don't know if I made that clear. Like, this is a real
No,
accident
but
that they wrote a music
Now I'm
about.
Now you
interested.
have.
So
Do tell.
in the real accident, there was like a body that was found. It was a girl that was wearing one of like the school uniforms, but she was beheaded or like decapitated in the accident.
Her kappa was
And
detated from her body.
It was.
I literally hate when that happens.
It's the worst. So, but nobody came to claim her. Like, she's from a school, but nobody knows who she is.
They couldn't find the head? I'm
Did
sorry.
They have an
That's-
attendance sheet.
They never found the head, and the
Is it Jackie's friend Emily? What's her face?
Go
Go
for a row.
That she kept, so she kept calling to excuse from school,
because she's dead. Yeah.
and now she's dead.
Well, so listen.
No, Emily Govero is expecting a baby now. If you're
She is
listening,
alive.
we're so excited for the
Emily,
baby.
we're
Not-
sorry.
She's not the headless
Yeah.
schoolgirl.
Well, so her, like, this character, her whole song is, like, about how she's Jane Doe and, like nobody knows who she is. But it was, like, written really well. So that's my hyperfixation, is a specific song from this very weird niche musical. And I love it so much.
So everyone, the name of the podcast is No Bummers. Just a reminder. Even though that was a sad bummer song.
The
Don't
song
pout.
is really good, though.
Out.
That sounds interesting.
It is very
I-
interesting.
Would be interested to listen to the music.
Okay.
Send the link, girl.
Will do.
Hey girl, send me that link.
Jackie,
Mm-hmm.
what is your hyperfixation?
Oh gosh. I would probably say the hot chili Doritos. I've been thinking,
Coming like a thief in the night
yeah.
to steal my.
Is
I'm
that
just kidding.
yours?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I have a next one.
Okay.
Nice.
And candy corn pumpkins, for anyone who likes both of them, they're good simultaneously. If you ever wanted to give it a try.
You're dipping into ramen cheese territory here, so
Oh my gosh, I do feel like it's hard when he does that. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? I am glad to be validated.
For once, it's not me and him.
for once, Morgan doesn't have both of us ganging up on her.
Like, are you stupid? No,
Yes.
you're not. I do want to try it. Would you ever make it for me?
Yeah, if you're gonna be nice to me about it.
Absolutely.
I don't want to try it.
I'm
but
not
thanks.
gonna make it for you.
You can bring your own food over.
You're mean to me.
I'll bring my own ramen.
You can bring that
cheeseless,
Greek
madam.
yogurt business that you talked about.
That's
Greek yogurt.
Liquid PB&J.
It's actually me running down into the hall in
I
your
knew it!
at your work, and I'm just screaming Greek yogurt.
Ah, Greek
If you got
yogurt.
close enough to listen,
I'm like, whoa, there you go.
I'm sorry. I just got.
Are
on
you
what
with
were
us?
saying. I'm here. You're the demon running. That's
Yes.
what you're saying? Okay.
Did we record that part?
The-
We did record that part.
okay.
I was
like,
thinking, what, are the listeners gonna know what we're talking about? Okay,
The lizards?
listeners. Oh my.
hey, all you lizards!
You know what? My mom's calling me. I have to go home.
It's Morgan, the lizard queen.
Hey,
No,
it's
I'm already the
It's
rat
me,
queen.
me. Well, you can be both. A jack of
the
all
varmint
trades.
queen.
No, I don't want to be the varmint queen. I specifically
The
requested it.
queen.
Okay, I won't call you the varmint queen.
At the very least.
Online, we won't. Anyway.
At volleyball, no promises.
No.
How else are we supposed to get in your head?
When we're on the same team.
I know.
I know.
You guys
I'm so
love to
dumb.
self-sabotage.
It's what we do best.
Cade, what is your hyperfixation?
I've been playing. There's a new game that was just released on the Switch called Disney Dreamlight Valley, and it's adorable and it's so fun.
What is it like?
Tell me everything.
It's like, did you guys? Do either you guys don't play a lot of video games?
No,
Or
but I
have-
own
heard
a
of some.
Switch.
Do you know you own a Switch?
Yes,
You should get this
bought
game.
Jackie's.
It's a
You
Switch
should-
Lite. It's the yellow one.
You should get this game because you would like it a lot.
Okay.
Cute.
But it's like it's kind of like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, where like you get into this little village and
Mhm.
all of like the Disney characters are there, and you have a little farm.
Oh, okay.
And you, like,
get that.
You like do tasks with them and like
Can I watch?
Yes.
fish and farm and
Do you have it where I could watch like you play?
yeah,
on
we
TV?
can do a little bit of it after,
Fun.
and I'll show you. But it's so great, and like it's just a chill game. It's not like really intense.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like you do it at your own pace, and then you unlock more characters as like the story goes on.
What was the most recent character you unlocked?
Mother Gothel from
Oh my
Tangled.
gosh.
Ooh.
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah, she's a spooky one.
She is.
But the story of it is that this valley, Dreamlight Valley, that all the characters live in, there's been a curse called the Forgetting, and like it caused all the characters to forget who they were and forget each other and forget their stories. And so that's what you have to do is like help them remember who they are.
So it's kind of like Once Upon a Time.
Yes, kind of.
Oh, okay.
A little bit like that, but yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a good-
that sounds so cute.
it's very cute. I think you would love it.
probably.
But something spooky that's happening in it is I've started to unlock enough characters, and every time you talk to Mickey, he talks about Minnie, and he's like, I just wish Minnie was here. I'm really sad that she's gone. I'm sad that she forgot. But there's like a ghost Minnie walking around the town.
Wait, she's dead?
I don't know. Because you can't talk to her. Because you walk towards her and she just disappears. It's spooky. I'll show you. But every time you talk to Mickey, he's like, I just love Minnie so much. I wish she was here.
Oh my gosh,
That
you're like
is
talking to a widower.
devastating.
Yeah, it's sad. But the game is really fun.
Yeah.
So I think
Fun.
you should get it.
I will.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing a lot this week. Just
Fun.
as I've had time, you know. Not Morgan. You're not first.
I am over
Jackie,
Yes.
what's your topic this week?
I want to know what different trends in high school had a chokehold on you guys.
Mm.
Think about it. I'll go first.
Okay.
Silly bands. Those little bracelets shaped like things.
Like a dolphin or a
Yeah.
cow.
Yes. But so I did summer swim team, and there's like I was like one of the oldest kids, and then there was like all ages down to like 5. And all like the middle age like 9-year-olds were like, Jackie, you don't have silly bands? And I was like, no, sorry. And I was their babysitter, so they would give me silly bands, and then I was like actually obsessed with them after a while. I was like, I gotta get all the packs, you know? And there's some that are better than others. Like Walmart came out with their own brand that was like not as stretchy. Yeah, boo. But I had some really nice ones that were multicolored and they were really stretchy and so cute. What if I start wearing silly bands again?
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
Bring it back.
Fashion is so
Okay,
cool.
honestly though, the kids that I work with would be obsessed with
I
silly
was gonna
bands.
say,
Yeah.
fashion is a cycle, you know?
Okay,
It is.
that's one that I was obsessed with, was silly bands. And back when I was in high school, flare jeans, all the rage. I remember when the flare jeans switched over to the skinny jeans. Do you remember this?
I feel like when I was in high school, it was only skinny jeans.
Okay, maybe I was like middle school. But no, I'm just kidding.
Because I do remember in middle school, I had like flare jeans, and then all of a sudden it was like skinny jeans, and I was like, what the
I know,
heck?
and I was like, Mom, I'm so sorry, but I desperately need this.
I know you just bought me this $60 pair of jeans, but
I need them to be skinny at once. And I remember begging my mom, I'm like, please, I need these skinny jeans. She's like, sorry, girl, not gonna happen. Because, like, she already, like, I had a bunch of flare jeans that were, like, perfectly good. Talked to my dad. Parent shopping. Talked to my dad. I was like, hey, I need some skinny jeans. He's like, girl, I'll take you to Kohl's. So he did. Got me some skinny jeans.
what did Angie have to say about that?
She was like, I don't like them anyway. And I'm like, it's fine. And then now I only wear skinny jeans, you know? But I guess like flare jeans are coming back now, circling back. And I'm like,
I don't get it.
don't do it.
The like wide pant.
Yeah, not my
I
fave.
don't understand it.
Not my fave.
But that's why I'm not in Gen Z. Because it's not I don't get it.
That's why I'm in skinny jeans. There you go. But yeah, those are some of mine. Silly bands, of course. The jean debacle, of course.
Yeah. I have a terrible memory, so I'm trying to think. Like, I remember when a lot of people were wearing like the like messy bun, like when the messy bun thing really became a trend, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Because I grew up in dance.
You look disheveled.
I was like obsessed with it because I grew up in dance, so like I was used to buns being like tight on the back of your head and like wrapped up and
like a donut.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
all. So I was
a
like,
cronut.
I was like, you can do buns in a different way. Like I couldn't believe it, and I wore that like every day.
Really?
Yeah, it was good, easy.
You'd like do the bun, and then you'd rip it. Like, pull all of
like,
it out.
Pull it, and then it would just be big.
Shake
And it would
out
just
like
be
this.
messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had like really long hair in high school, so I would like leave it in a messy bun all day, and then I would take it out at night, and it would be like, it would look terrible, like it was like all crimped and bad, but I was like, I just like gave myself some texture, and I would think that it looked good.
There's like some kinks in it.
It literally
That's so
looked
funny.
so bad, and I was like, yeah, it's just some texture.
Yeah.
That's the like messy buns had a chokehold on me.
I think messy buns were more like of a straight hair
Yeah,
thing.
probably.
Because like every bun that I do is messy.
I've
like,
never
I have
done a
curls,
crisp
honey.
bun in my life.
Never. Yeah, but
probably.
like, but then when I have my hair like straight, then I'm like, okay, I get the vibe, like messy. But like with my normal curly hair, I'm like, this is the best I could do, and it is messy.
How long
you
does
know?
it take you to straighten your hair?
Okay, I actually today when I was straightening, like I blew my hair straight, and it took me like 10 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I like because normally I'll like do it right after I get out of the shower, so it like is really wet. But then today I like dried it almost all the way dry, and then I did it, and it took like 10 minutes.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.
As my hair's getting longer, it's getting curlier too. It's
That's
not as
so
curly as
fun.
yours, but
There is some curl
it's
in
getting
it. You see
curl.
it.
It's getting a little curly.
Yeah, it is. Nice. Okay, so messy buns.
Yeah, that's
You're
like
a hoe for messy buns.
that's the biggest thing that I can remember. That I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that and like do-it-yourself nail art. I remember on Pinterest
help.
there was
Yeah.
like a billion tutorials. It would be like use like the tip of a bobby pin to make polka dots on your nails.
Right. Yeah,
and
like because
Oh.
Pinterest was all the rage.
it was huge.
Yeah, I still go on Pinterest, but
Yeah.
like all the rage. Like everyone was okay. Were you on there when you're trying to log in? You're trying to make an account, and it's like we have too many signing up right now.
Yeah.
We'll send you an email
Their
when
system
we're ready.
was overloaded.
No
Yeah.
way.
No,
Because
so we
everybody
got
was
an
getting
email, and it was like, "You're ready to start pinning, sister," and it took like
Right.
weeks, and I was like, "Finally!" And I'm like pinning everything.
Praying to Mary every night.
Yeah, every night. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy. Anyway, okay, this is a girl trend. Miss Me jeans.
My mom like did not buy us brand things ever.
My mom was like, "Those are fugly. We're not."
What's a
buying them."
Miss Me jean?
So it's like the jeans that have the pockets that have like a bunch of bedazzles on them, and then
Oh, like True Religion.
yeah. Like, but Miss Me jeans, like the pockets were bedazzled, but then also like the band, like right above your butt, like there's like a panel right there that was also like bedazzled, or like the pattern, like the lacy pattern or whatever.
I remember other girls wearing them a whole bunch.
Yeah.
But my mom, we did not buy like
They're
brand name stuff.
$130 each
Oh, wow.
pair. Those are freaking flare.
Yeah.
Those are ugly.
Was True Religion a thing at your schools?
Yeah.
I see, and I hated those. And one of my really good friends bought a pair of True Religion jeans, and we just mocked him mercilessly.
Oh.
They're freaking
He's like, the boys are
expensive.
gonna love this. You
He's
guys
like,
like
I
that
can't
one?
wait
I
to
think
show
he
my
did, because there
cross
was
pockets.
like all the like cool douchebags wore them.
Zach Baggins.
Zach Bagans.
Wait, he does?
This is not. We're not
Yes.
calling you out because I would love to meet you.
Sir, this is a call out, and I would still love to meet you.
I'd love to meet you to brawl in person.
I would. Yeah, watch out for Morgan.
I'm intending to
We
go.
do know she punches people on site.
Wait, he's tall though. Maybe you wouldn't.
I can't reach.
If you're down here,
He
you're
also
my
owns
size.
like 7,000 haunted items. So
Yeah,
I want to
wanna-
go to the hotel or the museum. It's
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Mhm.
Have you been?
no, I want to though.
Cade.
It would be fun.
Let's go.
'Kay.
Morgan wants to go for her birthday. Let's go.
Okay,
Heck
you don't
yeah.
have
Post
to.
Malone.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Post haste.
No, I was saying Post Malone went to the Zach Baggins Museum, and people think that he was cursed because he touched the Dybbuk box.
You couldn't pay me enough.
I would
I-
not touch any box.
I haven't seen the footage, but I think he kind of like brushed up against it on accident, and then like around that same time he like got into a car accident and something else. I can't remember all the stuff because I don't really follow his life, but
be so careful in there.
We be
we
Soka.
don't touch anything.
Not even one thing.
Not even one thing.
No divot boxes.
Dybbuk.
Dybbuk?
Yeah.
Wow, I was wrong on
DBUK.
several accounts. Div?
Dib.
Dybbuk.
Dybbuk. Dybbuk.
DYBB. I don't know if it's BBUK or BUK.
Dybbuk.
Dybbuk.
Okay, sorry.
I'm not mad. I'm trying to help you.
What trends are you familiar with, Cade?
Yeah, Cade. Other than the true religion.
So other
that
than
you
making
hated.
fun of my friend for wearing true religion jeans, I'm
Nothing.
really sorry, Ryan. I do love you. You're a good person.
We have a list of people waiting to apologize to already.
I know, every time-
Emily Govero, first and foremost.
Every time I talk about someone, I'm like,
Josh.
I was really mean to you. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
I'm a bully. I have decided. Sorry.
You pointing at me?
No, one of the trends that was I don't know if it was an everybody thing. I feel like it kind of was. And it was maybe like the end of junior high getting into high school for me was like plaid shorts.
Oh,
Do you
yes.
remember those? Like
Yeah.
colorful plaid shorts.
Yeah, they almost looked like cargo shorts, but they were plaid.
Yeah, and it would be like blue and brown plaid or like orange and green. It was horrific.
Really like weird
Looking back on it
colors.
now, I would beat the crap out of myself.
Did you have them?
Oh yeah.
You're like,
Like
Mom?
multiple
Shannon?
pairs of like different color schemes.
Wow.
That was cool,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. Sounds like
Very
I was
cool.
really popular.
Yeah, like my shorts were like plaid, if you can believe it. Oh my god.
No, but do you guys remember those? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Absolutely, I do because I had some.
Yeah.
I had,
Yeah, like they made like a bunch of girls
yeah,
wore
like
it too,
I had
but like
pink and like they had like some green stripes going through.
yeah,
them and
but they were
stuff.
popular with guys too.
Yes.
And so that's like the big one I can remember that it was like I owned like 3 or 4 pairs of
Mhm.
colorful plaid shorts
Yeah.
that went with like different shirts.
Sure, yeah, and it like
Yeah.
in the moment it like didn't even look weird to me because everyone was wearing it.
Right. And
Crazy.
then there was other ones I didn't ever get, like True Religion.
Nah.
Oh, I don't understand.
Yeah,
Like for girls, it was a different thing. That's fine.
but like a big cross on a boy's pocket.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand.
True Religion pancakes. Catch me there every Saturday.
I've never been there.
We should go. It's delicious.
Where it's what?
It's in Orem. You know that Plaza 180 that's like the big tower?
Oh yeah, that's where what's his face lived.
Mhm.
Yeah. True Religion pancakes.
Yeah.
That's the only true religion I need. Anyway.
those would be the only. Never mind. Moving on.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of that I was like really a part of. Because silly bands were kind of a thing, but I was like never really into them. Like I think I
Wait
had
till I
some.
get a pack.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think
I'm
that'd
down.
be cute.
Do they have them still? Do they make
I'm
them?
gonna find them. I will find them. Probably
on
on Amazon.
eBay for like hundreds of dollars.
And I'm like, it's worth
They're
it.
like genuine, unopened.
Unopened silly bands. Yeah, no. I had so many. And I would like do different color schemes. Like I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna would you like pinks and purples? And like I would have like the kids I babysat. They're like, finally, you're cool. Like
We've been waiting for you.
Okay. I'll buy them. Don't worry.
Add to cart now.
Add to cart.
No, I'm not buying them.
Okay, I'll buy them later, I guess.
Our least fun friend.
He doesn't mean it at all.
He does a little bit.
That's why we asked you to be on the podcast.
We need a punching bag.
Every party needs a pooper.
If you don't want to buy the silly bands, I'll buy them.
I
will give you the worst shapes, but I'll buy them.
I don't need
You'll
any.
get the exclamation mark, but...
I remember the exclamation mark. It's so
What's
funny.
wrong with the exclamation mark?
It's just like boring.
It just is dumb.
Because
Oh.
it's
not
just
like-
like a square.
Why would you want an exclamation mark when you could have, like, a duck?
Yeah.
You know?
Or like even a question mark. I thought we were
Why
gonna
was
stick
that-
with the punctuation.
Why was that the first?
Like, we'll give
A
you the
duck.
period shaped bracelet. So
Wait,
it's
like,
just
A period or a
just
period?
a rubber band.
It's just a rubber band.
You're like, here. This one's shaped like a basketball. Anyway.
Do a
Crack my
full 180 on your fingers on Morgan's leg.
I do it
She
all
does
the
it
time
quite
for some
often.
reason.
All right.
Like, I'll do it like her arm. And I'll be like, "Ark." You're lucky it'll happen to you one day. If you play your cards
Oh
right.
boy.
I can't wait.
I'm waiting with bated breath. I'm sucking in for 4, hoping you'll crack your fingers on 3.
Oh.
I'm not crying, so we're good. That's when I'm just completely lost.
Yeah, it's like, okay, give us a couple 5 minutes.
A couple 3. I wanted to talk about nicknames, actually, oddly enough.
Ooh.
What?
I'm just looking at you.
I just looking.
I just tried to learn.
Oh my goodness.
Like, what were some nicknames you had when you were like a little kid? What are some nicknames you have now?
Okay.
And then, like,
So fun!
I don't know. Nicknames are just an interesting thing to me because I give, like, literally everyone in my life a nickname.
You guys are the same person, I swear.
There's, like, literally, like, most of my siblings, I do not call them by their names. Like, they
Really?
have a nickname. And
I want to
that's
know your
exclusively
siblings'
what I
nicknames.
call-
You
Right
guys some
now?
other time?
You threw him
No,
off.
I'm just kidding. So my oldest sister, Mari, I call her Dan.
Okay.
Or Stripper. One of the two.
Oh my goodness.
So just, like,
Your
really
oldest sweet
nice.
sister.
Well, because
Aw.
did you guys ever see the movie What Happens in Vegas with
Uh-huh.
Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah.
So that movie had, speaking of things that had a stranglehold on you when you were in high school, I loved that movie. And my sister was in college at the time, and like
Just
her
stripper.
her and all of her college friends like loved that movie too. And so I would, like, me and my friends would quote it all the time. Her and her friends would quote it all the time. Like, we would quote it to each other. And so I would always say, like, Stripper, you're kind of a disgusting skank. Because that's one of the lines in the show.
Okay.
And the guy that says it, his name is Hater. And so all of my siblings call me Hater.
Aww.
That's so fun.
Cute.
And- But yeah, we call her Dan because she dated a guy named Dan at one point. And, like,
Damn.
all of her college roommates started calling her Dan. And so then it just kind of, like, blended
Trick-
over
yeah.
into our family where, like, we all call her Dan.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my youngest sister, we call her Bugs.
Ew.
Just because she's, like, the baby. Little baby. But yeah, like, our friend Josh, I call him Drew almost exclusively.
Mhm.
So I just don't call anyone their real name. Caden Groves, I call him Coden
Coden Graves. Yeah.
Coden Graves.
My boy Coden.
Yeah, Trant. I just call him Trant.
I know, I almost only call you Trant as well.
So it's just like a thing that I don't. It's like a sickness. I just can't call people by their
It's
real
not something I'll
names.
apologize for.
You guys know Dan Howell? I just call him Danger Man. Did you
yeah.
guys ever hear about that story?
Wait, that isn't that his Instagram handle?
No, it's not. His Instagram handle is Dan German because
Oh my gosh! Okay.
he speaks German, and so when we started to become friends, I was like, "Can I ask you, like, what's Danger Man? Like, why is that your Instagram handle?" And he's like, "No, it's Dan German." I'm like, "No, it's Danger Man."
Really though?
And so then I just have called him Danger Man.
yeah,
since-
like I think I still follow him, and I've
forever.
only
I absolutely thought it was Danger
Right?
Man.
Yeah.
it
And I don't
literally is
even-
just Danger Man. That's like what it says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even think that I heard that story. Like that's just what my
Oh,
brain
really?
said it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, I've never heard that story.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I call him Danger Man anytime I talk to him.
Danger
Oh,
Man.
funny.
Danger Man,
That's cute.
and he's one of like 3 people that call me Caderade. The other 2
Caderade.
being in this room.
It's a
It's an awesome nickname. I'm like, wow, I should have thought of this faster, but I think I called you that like week 2.
Yeah. My best friend and his wife call me Cod.
I love
God.
I'm sorry.
So-
That's so funny.
Yeah, so they'll
Cod.
like, yeah, especially his wife Mickey. She's been one of our best friends since high school too. Like they were high school sweethearts, got married and all that stuff.
Aw.
Cute.
But yeah, she'll call me Cod. She'll be like, "Hey Cod, how's it going?"
So
That's
aggressive.
funny.
It's just aggressive.
I love that.
When I was like a little kid, I got called like Tater Tot or Tater Bug. Was like my little baby nicknames.
Cute.
I just recently started calling my niece Bowen. Her name's Rowan,
Bowen.
and I think she doesn't like it, but
How old is she?
she's 8.
She's like, thanks, on Cade.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's my other one. Is I get called Uncade. All my nieces and nephews, they call me Uncade or Funcade, depending on the context. If I'm being fun or not.
If I'm being fun or unfun.
If I'm being unfun, then it's Uncade. I can't think of like really any other ones, but I just think they're so interesting because it's like you have your name, but like I say, like most people, I don't call them their real name. I have a friend at work that his name's Dallin, and we all call him Sweet Boy.
Sweet boy. Or sweet boy.
Just Sweet Boy. And then my friend John, that we all call him Juan. So it's just like
I
just
love
stupid, just stupid stuff. But it's like I don't know why I have a hard time like calling people by their real name. It just feels too formal.
it.
You know,
What do you call me?
Jaqueline.
Or Jaqueline, Charlotte, Veronica, Marie, Hall.
Yeah,
That one's way less formal than Jackie.
Princess of Genovia.
Jackie Mignonette.
Dermopolis Rinaldi.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's like I don't know. I feel like that's how I like welcome people into like my
The love language.
inner
thing.
circle. Yeah.
I agree.
So yeah, next time I call you the Rat Queen.
I will be delighted.
Yay.
Next time I call you Ratness Ever Queen on the volleyball court.
Oh my gosh. I didn't want that to be like put on the internet.
Well, here it is.
For
your
context,
entertainment.
during volleyball, Jackie used to always yell whenever Morgan would serve. She'd yell Katniss Everdeen.
Because when Morgan, okay, listen. When Morgan would, back in the day, she doesn't serve like this anymore, but she would like cock her arm back like she was like about to shoot a bow and arrow. So I'd just call her Katniss Everdeen. Or I'd like say something like, the 75th Hunger Games, or like,
For
"The-
Rue."
For Rue! Yeah, like I'll just say like, dumb Hunger Games. Now that we're saying it like not in the moment, I'm like, this is pretty dumb. I'm like,
But funny.
yeah, I'm like, or like if she is gonna serve, I'll be like, remember who the real enemy is. Like, so sorry, but like also so fun. But then anyway.
So then it's blended over the past couple of weeks that we started calling Morgan the Rat Queen.
Ratness Ever Queen.
Ratness Ever Queen.
Yep, it's the new one.
A stroke of genius.
Or just a stroke.
Yeah,
One of the
either one. Do you hate it so much?
I don't hate it.
Do you love it?
No.
You like it?
No.
You tolerate
Sorry,
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can handle
That's
that.
one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs, so.
Tolerate it.
I don't think I've ever heard that one.
Oh.
Well, we have
Shit.
a car ride on the way home.
I was gonna say, we might need to stop the podcast.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't cut.
Yeah. But what about you guys?
Tell us, I want you to go first,
What are
because you
some-
have amazing nicknames.
Yeah, like what are some nicknames? Like you called Mo a lot.
Yeah,
or-
my nephews and my niece generally call me Mo, just because we figured that'd be easier for them to say. My family used to call me Munchkin or Morgy Porgy. They had a song. I'm not gonna sing it for you, so I feel
Morgan
like
Cordy Pumpkin Pie.
how do you know that? How do you know
Like,
that?
come on out, Diane.
I'm
Dan,
crying.
thank you for sending me those scrapbooks.
They're coming in handy.
Well, we're not gonna sing the song, but there is a song, and
No, it's a nursery rhyme, I think.
yes, it is. I think it's like the original one is Georgie Porgy or something like that.
Georgie.
But yeah, so I got called Munchkin, Morgy Porgy, Morg, which I hate. I don't like being called Morg.
Yeah.
The girls that I work with call me MJ because there's a boy Morgan on staff.
I love that.
there was.
That's so cute.
I love it.
I have
Yeah.
a friend that she has a brother named Morgan, and one of her friends is named Morgan, and so they just call them Boy Morgan and Girl Morgan.
That's what they were calling us. That's what they were calling us, and I put my foot down. I was like, I don't want to be called Girl Morgan. That feels like rude. So I was like, you guys can call me Morgan or MJ, and those are your two options. And then one girl was like, what about Morg? And I was
What
like,
about
no.
Morgana,
That would be
the
acceptable.
sea witch?
I would
The
accept
sea
that.
witch.
Um,
You like Morgana now?
I don't mind it.
What if I sing all of Up from the Sea?
I wish you would.
Okay. Up
Two,
from the
three.
sea, we. Up from the sea.
And then I've also been called like Morgatron, Morganism.
What's
Say the
other
other one. Say it. Say it.
Morgasm.
She
Jarmander.
said it.
My last name
Charmander.
My last name is
Who
Jarman
called you Charmander?
Lance.
He's a genius.
I
Lance
love
called
that.
me
I will
Jarmander.
never call you your name ever again.
Isn't
Thank
Charmander
you.
awesome?
You don't.
Yes.
You don't
Oh my
anyway.
gosh.
That's not new.
All right.
Yeah, she's right.
If you want to get picky about it,
What are some other ones?
Marge.
Marge. I love being called Marge. That's one of my
Yeah.
favorite nicknames. Yeah.
Margie.
Our old roommate / friend Taylor.
Nothing more. No,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
that makes it sound like. But she lived with us. It's important to know. But she just like got into a habit.
she's nothing more.
No,
I'm totally kidding.
she
I
is
love
much
that girl.
more.
Desperately, I love her. Okay.
But when she lived with us, she got into the habit of, like, every time I'd come home, she would like greet me like I was like her,
Returning from war.
like, yeah, kind of. So she'd be like, Marge, like in like an old fashioned like voice,
Yeah.
and I just loved it so much.
Marge
And then
or Marigold, she would call
yeah,
you.
was another one, and
She was pretty awesome at nicknames too.
Yeah, it was
Napoleon Dynamite, our roommate Nicole. I was like, are you kidding me? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
yeah. Those are all the ones I can think. Can you think of any more for me?
Margie, Marge, Mo, Morgie.
Yeah.
Wait. What was his name? Tyler Oliver. He would call you like Morgalorg. I call you Morgalorg a lot.
Yeah, Morgalorg. I forgot about that one. I have a lot.
Dema Morgan.
I forgot about that one. Yes.
Some nicknames that I have: Jaqueline. You
Jaqueline.
both. Jaqueline. Lance calls me Queeline, like just the end part of my name. My dear friend Lauren at work calls me Quaylin. Jaqueline or Quaylin.
Fun. That's cute.
Jack, I get called a lot. Hunter calls me Frank. Don't know why. Do I know why? I don't know why.
That's the best part though, is when you're like 10 years out and it's like, I don't even remember
Yeah,
why
I'm
you
like-
call me that.
Yeah, I don't remember the first time he did, but he calls me Frank.
Like when
a
you're
lot.
talking about
Either.
Marge, I have two friends that are married,
Mhm.
and I call them Don and Marge, and their names are Evan and Sarah. And I don't remember why I call
Don
them
and
Don and
Marge.
Marge.
I love that. It's
Because it's been
nicknames
like
are so fun.
10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't remember why.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I give nicknames a lot too.
You
but
do.
I don't have very many. Like
Jack Attack.
Jack Attack, I get a lot. Eric, my brother, Jackass. I get a lot. My dad, like,
That doesn't feel like a nickname.
yeah,
much
like
as
as-
much
it's
as
like
a
really
mean
funny when he
name.
said it. Was so fun.
I love it.
But my dad, he would call me Sweets, like exclusively, which was nice of him. My grandpa called me JC. He never called me Jackie, only JC, which I like.
That's
I'm
cute.
like, yeah, when I moved out to Utah, I was like, I'm gonna start anew and I'm gonna go by Jackie. And then right out of the gate, I'm gonna go by JC. Right out of the gate, I'm like, I'm Jackie. I'm like, stupid girl, that was your chance.
I was gonna say, I was like, I don't remember you ever.
No, I
I
wanted
think
to and then I forgot.
You're more of a Jackie though.
You think so?
Yeah. Like JC's cute and it's endearing. But like I think Jackie fits you better.
I feel like that's why you don't have very many nicknames.
Because Jackie's like,
Jackie's
alright.
just like you.
Yeah, I don't think I have. Yeah, people don't call me names very much or like nicknames very much. You know,
Yeah.
but I do give nicknames a lot. Oh, to almost everyone. Caderade, Morgie, Morgalorgan, Schmorgan.
Schmorgalorg.
And as long
Yeah.
as Morgue is there.
Yeah.
Or even if it's not, Rat Queen.
Yes.
But yeah, like Hunter, exclusively Blue Eyes. Sometimes I'll call him
And
Hunter.
weird thing, he's got brown eyes.
That's the laugh of it all. No.
No, he doesn't.
We would like to set the record straight. His eyes are very much blue.
They are in fact
Piercing
blue.
blue.
Piercing blue, yeah. But yeah, I love giving nicknames. But some people I don't have nicknames for. Like Victoria, I only call her by her full name Victoria. I never call her Tori.
Does she go by Tori?
Yeah.
She does.
She does. When I first started living with her, our previous roommate Martha had told me that she got mad when people called her Tori. So I was like, oh, I will never call her that then. So I only have called her Victoria. I think I told you that as well. Like, don't call her Tori. She doesn't like it.
I was gonna say the whole time I've known them, it's Victoria.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
after having lived
Congratulations to the happy couple getting married tomorrow.
with her tomorrow.
Hooray, the blushing bride and the groom.
And the groom who was also there.
Yeah, he might be blushing as well.
We
I was
don't
gonna
know.
say Evan's probably blushing.
Amen.
Probably.
That fits.
Love them so much.
But yeah, so like after like over a year of living with her, she like someone called her Tori and she was like, oh, I love when people call me Tori. And I was like, what? Like,
Yeah, we were told that it was
Like record scratch. Like
yeah, like I was like, I'm sorry, what?
yeah.
And then like the first time I called her Tori, she was like, oh, you just call me Tori. And I was like, I could have been just calling her Tori this whole time.
That's so much more
Victoria.
simple.
Yeah, exactly. But we were told she doesn't like Tori.
Yeah.
And so we only call her
Really?
Victoria.
Yeah.
But
I
she
don't
does
know.
like Tori as well.
I think it was something like in her like previous ward there was a Victoria who also went by Tori, so then she asked everyone to just call her Victoria or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think like
so like carried
wires
over
just like
from
got crossed or something. But yeah. So I thought she hated being called Tori, so I didn't call her that.
so funny.
She's fine with being called Tori, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
never
actually
called
kind
her
of surprised that you don't call
for a name.
her something.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for me and for you too, that like it's like a sign of like we're cool now.
Yeah, and I love
Like,
her
you're one of my
so
people.
much, but I just don't have a name for it. Like sometimes I'll like say like Victoria, and then I'll like sing it in like the
Genovian
the Genovian tone.
Yeah.
Like, but then I never have like a nickname for it. Like or like a nickname for her, you
Yeah.
know. But Carly, Carlisle, or Carly Flower, either way. But I have nicknames for a lot of people. Victoria's not one of them.
Maybe that's what you can give her for her wedding.
A nickname.
Like a nickname she doesn't
Happy
want.
wedding.
Happy wedding, honey. Yeah.
She's like, this bag is empty. You're like, that's because the real gift.
Is this? And I just say something stupid. I don't even know what
Victorious.
Victorious. Yeah, no, I don't know. Nothing was ever natural. Like,
Yeah.
So then-
it has to be born, like,
yes.
out of a moment.
Yes. So, like, because Carly, our friend Carly, I have called her Carlisle for a long time now. So it, like, feels natural. But, like, if I all of a sudden, 2 years later, started calling Victoria something, it'd be weird. Even if I started calling her Tori, I think I wouldn't. I'd be like,
She doesn't-
that felt weird.
She doesn't feel like a Tory to me.
She feels like a Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like Tori's cute.
Yeah.
I call Evan Evanescence.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, her betrothed, you also have a nickname for.
Yeah.
Like, evidence that,
Yeah.
I don't know, she's an anomaly.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll just call her Victoria. I don't know. Anyway.
She commands respect.
She does.
She's elegant.
She is. She's all those things.
Do you guys call your parents anything different? Just mom and dad?
I used to call my mom Marge. Don't know why. Or like Taj Mahal. Because her last name's Hall. So I'm like, Taj Mahal. She's like, funny. And my dad's name is Dolph. So we call him Dollface. Dolphinator. Dolphin. Whatever. But Dad also did the trick. We
There's
called
also plenty of times.
Yeah, well, we used one time. I remember this vividly because, like, my dad is a very calm, collected man. One instance that I remember him being super, like, angry was when Eric and I, like, demanded to call him Gunther. Like, we only, like...
Is that his real name?
No.
Oh, just for fun.
Yeah, we're just like, oh my gosh, Gunther? Like, can you go do this thing? And he's like, I hate you. Like, he was just, like, angry about it. But it
He's
was, like...
I'm going to give you both up for adoption.
Really, though. He was really angry that day. But Gunther was born. Dolph Ace. We're like, your middle name should be Ace. Dolph Ace. Yeah. Taj Mahal. Marge. Either way.
Do you call your parents anything different?
I definitely don't think we had any nicknames from my dad. I think, like, I think his office workers used to call him, like, Moose or something. I can't remember
really?
why. Yeah.
Dr. Jarman.
The moose
they
is
called him
in.
that too.
Yeah.
But I
They
can't.
flip the sign around in the morning.
The doctors, the moose is in.
I'll have to ask my mom. I don't remember because, like, they used to give him, like, moose paraphernalia all the time, and I can't remember what the story is. So I'll have to ask. But
Yeah, that's your homework. We'll report back.
okay. And then my mom. No, I don't. I call her Mom or Diane, or what my nieces and nephews call her is Moggy. And we
Ew.
think it's because, like, when my first nephew was growing up, he knew me as Mo. Like, that wasn't easy. He's like, that girl's Mo.
And so
And
he
then
just, like, paired.
Every once in a while, he would hear someone call me Morgie, because that used to be, like, way more common when he was first born. And so then he's like, well, if that girl's Mo, then that lady must be Morgie. But he couldn't say Morgie, so he'd call her Moggy, and it just stuck. And now she's been Moggy for all of my nephews and my
That's adorable.
I call
Yeah,
her
I love
Moggy
that.
sometimes. Yeah, it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute. My parents are Wheezy and Pop Pop.
Oh,
the grandkids.
oh my gosh,
So cute.
that's so
Or
cute.
just Z. All of the little babies just call my mom Z.
I
Z.
love that.
Yeah.
That's
Fun.
super cute.
But I called my mom Ma Shan for a while.
That's
And-
like what
Shit.
Jackie calls
Yeah,
her
Ma Shan.
exclusively.
yeah. But then my littlest sister recently, she's 10 years younger than me, and she's the main character. Like, it's her show, and we're all her
Character,
supporting
like,
cast.
Yeah.
But
That's so funny.
her and her friends started calling my dad Kev Dog. Like, that was what they started calling my dad. And so then that has just kind of like rolled over into everyone too. So now everyone just calls my dad Kev Dog. And I'm pretty sure he hates it. For his birthday this year, we like everyone dressed up as my dad. We all dressed up as like a different Kev Dog.
Fun.
And like
love
I put
that.
a shirt on Ash, and Ash was also in part of it. Ash is my dog. I also call Ash nicknames. I call him Stinky Rat Boy all the time. Which his name is Ash, just 3 letters.
He's a stinky rat boy. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. So we
So
call my
he's one
dad
of
Kev
my
Dog.
subjects then.
Yeah. He's a subject of the Rat Queen. Yeah, I call him Stinky Rat Boy or just Rat. I call him Rat.
That's
It's
so
a term of
cute.
endearment.
Yeah, it's cute.
I'll try to remember that.
Let me call you Ratness Ever Queen.
But yeah, my dad, we started calling him Kev Dog, and so then it turned into calling my mom Shan Cat.
Aw,
Cute. I
that's
love
fun.
that.
So yeah, we call my parents Kev Dog and Shan Cat, or Pop Pop and Wheezy, or
Yeah, my mom and dad are Lolly and Pop. For-
Lolly and Pop.
Yeah, for Lily. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, but we were my brother and I are still trying to convince Lily to call them Grandula and Grandolph, but it's not working. They call her Lolly.
Grandolph
Grandolph
is excellent.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but we're like, oh, mom needs one. Grandula. But Lolly and Pop is what they want. Or my dad's like, I don't care. But my mom's like, Lolly. So Lily calls
It's Lolly.
Yeah, Lily does call her Lolly, which is super cute though.
Lily and
That's
Lolly.
adorable.
Lily and Lolly. So cute.
Fun.
Yeah.
The video that you sent of your mom seeing them in Disneyland melted my heart.
Yeah.
I cried. I've watched it about
Ugh.
77 times. I cried the first 50 times. Like, it's just like, it's such a sweet video.
Everyone go to Jackie's Instagram and watch the video of her mom finding out that her brother, his wife, and her niece are in Disneyland too. It was a surprise,
so
and it's
fun.
so cute.
So fun. I love
Ugh.
it. So
Hate-
good.
I hate your whole family for
Yeah.
being so cute.
Oh, me too.
What's your topic?
Trent, do we need to take a break? Okay.
He's just zooming in on my face.
The
Perfect.
prettiest princess at the party.
I'm the prettiest girl at the big weld ball. I am convinced that there's nothing in my brain except movie quotes.
Nothing in your brain. Go ahead.
Do you guys ever see Robots?
It's so good.
She
You
says
like
that one
jazz?
too, right?
Yeah, he's like, I'm the prettiest girl at the Harvest Moon Ball.
Oh, at the Harvest Moon Ball.
Mhm.
But it's Big Weld that says it.
Yeah. When he's like trying
Darn
to
it.
fix his brain. Yeah, it's like really
I'm
embarrassing.
firing
for you.
myself.
My topic is I want to know about a memory that's like seared into your brain. Like you will remember it for the rest of your life in great detail. You know mine. I think you'll
Which
like
one?
it. Yeah, guys want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine is when I was in dance class.
Oh my god!
You might know this one too, I'm not sure, but
Did you
I
like poo yourself?
no,
or something?
listen, okay, so I went to dance class a lot when I was younger. I would take like 4 or 5 classes a week generally.
45. Wow. That's a lot.
Cuz
You
would
did 4 dance classes?
yeah, cuz you would go in like a couple times a week for like ballet, jazz, tap, like those were all separate dance classes. So
Holy cow.
so like
Dancing fool.
yeah, I was. So normally they would like stack your schedule, so like you would come in on like one specific day and you would do like 3 dance classes at once. And so there was this one day where my ballet class got canceled and I was like, yay, because that meant I didn't have to come to dance in like the specific like ballet uniform, like a leotard and tights. I was really excited about it. So I got to wear whatever I wanted. So what I wore was like some stupid graphic t-shirt from Kohl's, and then gaucho pants. Do you remember what those are?
I did theater in junior high, so I'm familiar with what a gaucho pant.
Okay. Is that the right term for them?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the really wide, like it almost looks like a skirt,
They're,
but it's
like,
like
But
wide
wide
it's,
legs.
leg.
yeah, it's just two like drapes
Yeah.
coming down your legs.
And they were very cool at the time. And I wore the ones that were
Were
like,
they?
no, they were comfy and I liked them. So
They
I
were
wore,
very comfy. They're like better than leggings. But...
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like wearing a skirt that you wouldn't.
Okay, I'll
What I
order
hopefully-
silly bands. You order gauchos.
So I'm wearing these gauchos. And they were the ones that like stopped. Are you laughing at this story?
Absolutely.
Okay, so they are like the shorts version. They had like long ones and they had short ones. These are the short ones. And the gauchos that I had were like very soft, like a knit fabric.
Like a t-shirt material. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So-
when you say knit, I'm thinking like chunky knit.
No.
like spun from yarn.
No.
I had a chunky knit gaucho on.
Oh my gosh. She's like something super light and airy.
Yeah.
A chunky cable knit.
And I'm taking so long to describe it because it's
Just
important.
in time for fall.
So I'm wearing the gauchos, and then it's a jazz class, and for my jazz class, this is important, I promise. We had to wear these like,
You keep saying that.
they're called toe shoes. So they're like this big, and they literally just like were on the balls of your feet to help you turn better. But they're like
Okay.
basically not a shoe
Do
at
you
all.
put
It's
your
like
toes
it
into
just
them?
covers
Yeah.
like the front.
Okay.
It just
They-
covers like the front half of your toe. But
They literally looked like toe underwear. Like,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
it was weird. So I'm just wearing this like outfit and I'm like, yeah, I look so cute. I don't, but I think I do. And so then our teacher's like having us do warm-ups. Everything's going really well until we have to do PK turns across the floor.
Oh my! Across the floor.
So a PK turn is where you like turn with your toe up by your knee, right?
no, I don't.
So
Explain to me like I'm 5.
So it's like, this is your one leg, then your other leg is like that.
Like this.
Oh, like you put your
Yeah.
foot on your knee.
Yes, you put your toe up to your knee as you're turning, and then you put
Gotcha.
it back down to keep
So
going.
your leg looks like a P.
Yes, exactly.
A
See?
P.
I'm a
PK?
dancer
PT?
girl.
P what?
PK turn,
What is the K? Where does the K come in?
when you step to do another one.
A P and a K
Yeah,
because your legs are down.
I should have probably explained that long before, because I've told you
Well,
this story like 3 times.
I took the long way, but I'm here.
When Julianne Hough invented dance,
Yeah.
she did a good job.
She did.
She did. She did amazing.
So I'm doing these PK turns across the classroom, and it's going great until
How many PK turns did you get into?
probably like 4 or 5. So I'm halfway across the classroom, and my toe catches on the bottom of my couch. And as I put my foot down to go into the K part of the turn, I ripped my pants directly off my butt. And guess what? With the pants came my underwear.
Morgan, no!
So I'm standing, I'm like, I can clearly picture myself just looking in the mirror, like, no,
Bare butt.
like Winnie the Pooh, only in my shirt, my pants, and my underwear on the floor. And it probably was like a split second, but I remember it as
It was an
being like
eternity.
so long.
It's
Like,
still
I was like,
happening.
That's your
Oh,
hell. When you go to hell,
no.
it will be just that.
Morgan's
forever.
Inferno. Yeah.
And so I
I'm
like,
sorry, you're not going to hell. You're a good person.
I might, but it's okay. But I bend down, I rip them off, and I just like start running to the other
Yeah.
side, and I'm so embarrassed. And there was one girl on the other side that was like crying. She was
Oh no.
she was like, nobody else saw it somehow. I don't know.
That's a miracle.
Because we had a huge dance studio, so I'm assuming that everybody else was just like in the process of doing their own turns, like they couldn't see it.
So
But
they
there
just caught like a quick glimpse.
yeah, so there was one girl who had already
Morgan's
finished.
not wearing white pants.
Just my white bare butt shining like a beacon in the night. and like she is like crying, laughing. Like she has to excuse herself. She's laughing so hard, and
I don't blame her.
I wish
Literally, when Morgan told me this, I was like, he's trying not to pee. Like, it's just the funniest. Like, just imagining it, where she's
How
she's
old
like
were
turning.
you?
I probably was like 9, maybe. I don't know.
Oh.
I did it when I was younger, but
Precious
But
baby.
also, bless your heart that only one person saw it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she was really. I wish I remember her name. I think it might have been Samantha, but she like
Love
did
Sam.
not say like because our teacher's like, "Why are you laughing so hard? Why did you run out of the classroom for a minute?"
I honestly would have to call my mom to come pick me up. Like, I could not finish the class.
No.
Well, like she was like, "Oh, no reason," and then she came over and talked to me, and she was like, "It's no big deal. I'm sorry for laughing." Like she was way nice for being as young as we were. She was very considerate.
Very cool, Samantha.
Yeah,
We love a cool
Gold star.
Sam.
pretty
Yeah.
sure that was her name. She was awesome. But that is like I will never forget that.
I guarantee she won't either.
I won't forget it, and I wasn't even there.
I was gonna say, I love that story.
That's,
Oh my goodness.
it's seriously like the funniest.
When I get to
story
heaven
ever.
and I can pick any time to watch,
It'll be that in dance
that will
class
be one of them.
with your PKs.
Oh my
Ugh.
gosh. It was
Like,
so...
I want to see the time that Morgan ripped her own pants down.
Literally, I'm my biggest
Like, not
enemy.
even, yeah, you are your own saboteur.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness. I completely pantsed myself in the worst
You
way.
yank them up. You're like, whoa.
And I just like ran to the other side. I didn't finish my turns or anything. And nobody miraculously put 2 and 2 together of like Samantha's crying, laughing, and Morgan didn't finish her PKs. Like
And
probably
Morgan's crying embarrassed. on
right.
the
My
floor.
face turns like bright red.
Oh,
so
no.
yeah, it
That's
was
so funny.
it was a miracle. But
That is a miracle that no one else saw it.
yeah.
But also so funny that only one person saw it. Like,
Yeah.
if more people saw it, it wouldn't be as funny, I don't think.
No.
Probably.
Like, it would be more sad.
It would be
Yeah.
very sad, but it was so funny. Like, not at the time. I think I, like, made myself forget about it for a few years. Because it wasn't until, like, a couple years ago that I was like, oh my gosh.
She
I
told-
remember this
seriously,
happening.
I laughed for like a whole hour, and then
Oh, my cheeks hurt.
yeah, and then Morgan went home, and then I laughed some more on my own. Like, I just thought it was so funny, and I'll think of it from time to time, but I'm like, homegirl ripped her own pants off. Like, I just think it's so funny.
And it's like, I can just, like, clearly feel like, it's like I can completely imagine what it felt like
step
like
is seared
when
into your
I
head.
like I put my foot up and I felt my toe catch the bottom hem, and as I was putting my foot down, I was like, I have no choice. It's either I pull my pants off or I fall flat on my face.
You sweet baby.
I know, isn't that? It's sad to picture Morgan in that state.
I love that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I don't have one like that.
Mine is not about me. It's about someone else.
It's about this girl in ballet class
Pants
who
herself.
ripped
It's
her
about,
own pants
it's
off.
about this day that ballet got canceled and we only had jazz dance class.
Poor girl.
So when I was in 6th grade, we did like a 6th grade graduation where like all of the 6th grade would like walk across the stage and get their diploma because you're going to middle school next year and like all this stuff. And so we had like a program where we would like sing for our parents. And so we're all lined up and I'm tall, so I'm on the back row. Tall king, you know.
Tall king.
Just calling myself that because no one else will.
Sometimes you gotta be your own best friend.
Yeah, I'm my own advocate.
I'm my own best friend.
That's from the Duff.
It is.
See, movie quotes. Got 'em all.
Swirling around in up here.
got a big old toilet full of movie quotes up there. And so we're like lined up on the back row, and I remember like the few days before when we were practicing, like our music teacher was like, "Make sure you do not lock your knees."
Gosh.
So the boy that's standing
Terrible.
next to me, still remember his name, but I'm not gonna put you on blast, my guy. But you know who you are.
If you're listening.
we're in the middle of the song, and I should see if I can find the video of it because my mom recorded the whole thing. Bless her heart. That woman had a camcorder at every
She loved her babies.
band recital and boring concert and everything that we did, that everything sounded horrible. So this is on camera, and it's like one of the lore items that my family holds on to, and like we pull it out whenever anyone needs a good laugh. Because we're just like singing along, and then all of a sudden the kid next to me goes like white as a sheet and just throws up everywhere.
Oh no.
And he's behind everybody?
He's behind everyone, and he's like standing next to me. And
Your mom's like,
and
I'm
on the
filming it?
video, and like like we said, this is like one of the things that's seared into my memory. I remember like looking down, and I'm still singing, and then I just look back up and keep singing.
oh my gosh.
And so like on the video, it just shows this kid throw up, and you just see me go like this, and then pop back.
Okay, you have to find it. I need
I'll
to
see
see
if I
it.
can find it.
What
because
song were you singing?
I don't even remember.
No!
But it was
Catch
like
a
some,
falling star.
yeah, like
Yeah.
some
Chili con
congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's mine. Is I have this distinct memory of the boy next to me just blowing chunks everywhere.
Oh my
Poor guy.
And
That's
yeah,
so
it was
sad.
so sad. And like the program does not stop.
The show must go on.
The show must go on,
Yeah.
and me as the lead,
Yeah, absolutely.
I carried the choir.
Yeah, on
of
your back.
120 11-year-olds.
Okay, what was ever? Okay,
Yeah,
some
did he
people got
throw
thrown
up?
up on.
I don't think he threw up like on anyone a lot. Like I think some people got it on like the back of their pants
That
and
would
stuff
still
like
be
that.
it for me.
So he,
Right.
so he went down.
Yeah, like he
Okay.
went down, like he goes down and throws up, and I like
Like a
look,
king.
Look over and I'm like, all right, we're just
Anyway.
gonna keep going.
Oh my god.
Finish this song out strong.
Was he like fainting? Like, did he faint, or was he like, okay, I feel better after I threw up, or like?
No, I think he threw up and then he like sat down,
Oh, okay.
and we just like finished out the song, and then it was like, all right, we're gonna take a break
Oh my god.
while we get him some water
and a mop.
clean up the barf that's on the stage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him.
I do too. It happened one time in 10th grade choir too, but not in a concert. It was like just in class. Like
Oh.
a different boy was 2 rows ahead of me, and he again turned white, and like I can just remember him leaning forward and just throwing up all over like everyone's backpacks and stuff.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah. So don't sing around me.
no. And don't lock your knees.
no.
Like Mrs. What
Like
did she
Mrs.
say?
Anderson.
Anderson.
us.
She tried to tell you guys.
Yeah. I have a lot of good memories of her class. She was the one that taught us how to play the recorder. Did you guys learn how to play the recorder?
I was just gonna sing that.
And also, have you guys ever seen the movie Rigoletto?
Yeah.
No.
We watched Rigoletto in her class.
Really?
Spooky. It's scary.
It's a weird,
scary show.
It's a weird movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Rigoletto.
It's kind of like a Phantom of the Opera-esque
Vibe.
about like a deformed man that like
He
is
teaches
not
a girl to
accepted by
sing.
society.
Okay.
Anyways, that's mine.
Very nice. That poor kid.
And like I say, I get the benefit of being the girl who watched you get her pants pulled down perspective, where like I also will never forget about it. And it's something I think about that gives me the warm fuzzies. But like I also don't have the horror of being the person.
I hope that
That
girl does
threw up
remember.
in the-
Yeah.
I'm sure she does. There's no way she doesn't.
She's like, this girl ripped her pants off. She's like,
And all because I ripped my pants.
I thought everyone was on my side. My story, the one that popped into my brain was, we lived at Carriage Cove. We were just hanging out. She had a belly full of soup. Okay. So she had eaten an obscene amount of soup, as always.
As always.
She
ate a lot of soup.
ate a lot of soup,
And
ate a lot of spaghetti, and then a lot
And
of
ice
ice cream at 3 in the morning. Okay, anyway. we were drinking water, whatever, like, and we were in like a silly, goofy mood, so we're like sitting on the floor in the kitchen.
Oh, I actually have heard this
Oh my
story.
gosh,
But I
I'm
love
sorry.
it. Keep going.
Okay.
No, I love it.
So we're like drinking water, and then like puts the water in her cheeks like or whatever. I'm sorry, girl. But she puts the water in her mouth like a chipmunk, and I was like, I have a good idea. And then I just like squish her cheeks, and then she spits all this like warm mouth water all over my face. And then I was just like, oh, like, because my face is like dripping wet. And then she starts choking on her water. And then throws up. She throws up all over our kitchen rug. We had a big ass rug in our kitchen for what reason? We don't fashion.
It wasn't my rug.
It wasn't? Okay, whoever put the rug in there, it's a big area rug in like a little kitchen. We don't know why it was there.
It like barely fit, like the edges curled up.
And we're like, this looks so good.
Carpeted kitchen.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah, nothing better. Except when someone throws up a whole belly of soup onto the floor. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there, my face is still dripping wet, and then she throws up on my lap. And I'm like, and she's like, sorry. Like, you know, everyone, you know. She's like, yeah, sorry about that. And then, so I'm like, what do we do? So we have to roll up the rug. Because I'm like, we're throwing this away, this kitchen rug. And like, so we roll it up, and we're like, I think we couldn't carry it for some reason. Maybe we were like grossed out. I don't know. But then we called our friend Lance, and we're like, hey, we got a rug that you need to move. And he was like, I got it. We didn't tell him there's puke in it until after. Yeah, so you like packed this puke rug over to the dumpster.
Oh no.
Yeah, and she's like, I'll be going to bed. Like, she just felt bad after, but hilarious. Because it was my fault, absolutely. Because
Yeah,
I like
you triggered the throw up.
I did, because I like she clearly had water in her cheeks, and then I smushed them, like, intrusive thought, smushed them onto my face, and then she's like, wow, that's hilarious, Jackie's soaking wet, and then she threw up. It was funny.
That's awesome.
Rock on. Yeah, it was funny.
Growing up, I don't know why, it's so funny.
It is. It's like, that's embarrassing. You don't have control of your stomach. No, I'm just
But
kidding.
it's so hard. Like, have you ever laughed so hard that you've thrown up?
Yes. I think that's kind of what happened with her.
Yeah, it's like she was choking, but then also laughing because you sprayed the water.
Yeah, and then
out,
also
and then,
a belly full of soup is the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one time that when I was on my mission, I served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Belize. And there was a time where we were just like hanging out in the house right after we had eaten. And I remember I'm laying in the hammock, not my hammock. It was a different person's hammock, mind you. So that makes it even worse. And we were just like hanging out, talking, making jokes, being funny. And I started laughing so hard. And I just threw up all over this other guy's hammock, bedroom,
Your own body.
myself. Because it was so funny and I was so full. And
yeah, and you can't, like, what, you can't stop, like,
yeah,
you can't stop what's
you
coming.
can't stop
Yeah.
laughing, but then also you're like, I'm going to throw up.
Has it ever
No,
happened to
never.
you? Yeah, it's bad.
Consider yourself lucky.
I do.
Because I have like stages of laughter where like I'll laugh and then like my face hurts and then I start crying. And then you throw up.
Yeah, it's sometimes I know I
That's
feel
like
you.
the highest level of laughter, and I don't get there often. Like I don't even get to crying very often.
Yeah.
Which I cried last week at my own joke.
That was awesome.
It's not safe for anyone.
Not
safe
even
for
us,
work.
yeah.
Not safe for family.
So we will not be sharing. Yeah.
But yeah, like it takes a lot to get me to like even the crying level.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember what it was, but I just remember throwing up and I felt so bad.
Oh.
Because I was like, I will go and I will wash your hammock. I'm gonna clean your room. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, you're
Like
inside,
luckily
yeah.
we were in Central America, so everything was tiled. So like the bedroom was tiled, so I could
Oh,
just,
okay.
like, mop it up.
Dang. Yeah.
I relate to poor
Mm-hmm.
name redacted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel her pain too, because I've definitely thrown up when I have laughed as well. Peed,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I've never done that.
Thrown up.
Have you peed when you laughed before?
Are you kidding? That's a story for a different week. But yeah, I've peed many a time. I actually
Never.
threw up when I was laughing really hard, and it was in my mom's car. Poor girl. Yeah, we were in Ohio, I think, and my friend Max, you know who you are. He the way he words things just like really is really so funny. And so like I was just laughing really hard, choking on water, threw up. And my mom's like, "You're kidding."
In the car.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't stop, and
You
he
can't
wouldn't
get that out.
and he wouldn't stop either. It was leather. It's okay. Like, I mean, I threw up mostly on my blanket. You know my Cedar Point blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that.
Morgan's like, I will never touch it again.
We watched it, but like, yeah, I pretty much threw up in the blanket.
Poor
And-
Angie.
Right. And he wouldn't stop. And that was the problem
You
with
better
my brother
stop.
and Max. They never would stop. And so then I would pee, I would throw up, whatever.
Yeah, I have
know.
the same problem. There's not a good stopping point.
Yeah, I'm like, well, if we're already here, we'll send it.
Let's just keep this party going.
That's what they were doing. And I'm
Until
like,
it
I'm
runs
going
its
to
course.
pee. And they're like, great.
Those are like simultaneously the best times because you look back on them and you're like, I was laughing so hard
Mm-hmm.
that I was like crying or I was
Like my body
I-
was shutting down.
I literally had to throw up. I was laughing so hard. Like,
Yeah.
how stupid.
I know, I love it though.
Yeah. Or like last week, I was literally just like sobbing real tears. And I'm like looking around at all of you and like you guys were laughing, but I was like, might be the funniest joke I've ever told.
I can't even remember. I went off air.
We'll
I
talk,
wanna hear
we'll talk
again.
about it. It
Yeah.
was very blue collar. We'll say.
All right, I kind of remember. At my birthday.
What?
At my birthday,
Yeah.
when we were like sitting at the table. We'll talk offline.
You don't
Okay.
remember?
I have a terrible memory.
You were there and it was literally 5 days ago. When was Sunday?
It was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
Oh,
ago.
was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, because I went to Disneyland and.
Oh, that's
between.
right. Yeah. Okay, but still 2 weeks.
I have a terrible memory.
Anyways, yeah, I said something and like everyone was laughing, but I just kept it
You're
just
like,
kept
wow.
like increasing the more I was thinking about it.
Well, yeah, that's the worst thing is like when you're laughing and like the person you're with is like, yeah, like that's funny, but then you're like, I'm sorry, but like it's gonna be a while, like because you're just
Yeah,
like
I'm
laughing
gonna need
so
to ride
hard.
this one out.
Yeah, there's this poor Morgan has been through so many of these like laughing fits of mine, but like there was this TikTok and I don't even remember really what happened. It was like his girlfriend, like this guy was just like sitting and then his girlfriend like came up with like a little toy
hammer.
and just like hit him directly on the
It was like right on the kneecap. And or the ankle, that's right, on his ankle bone. And he was like, hey! Like, just.
Yeah.
And she, I mean, as you could tell,
I had a similar. I just was like, Morgan, you're not understanding.
You're not on my comedic level right now, and I
She's
need
like-
you to be.
She was like, no, it's funny. Like, you're always so nice, but I'm like about to like just die. Like,
Yeah.
because I'm like, I cannot breathe. I'm gonna pee. I can't see. Like, it's, yeah.
There are tears streaming down my face.
Yeah, it just gets to a point where it's like, I'm inconsolable, and then Morgan just has to wait it out.
Just ride the wave.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for watching and listening, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you're listening. You can follow us on Instagram at NoBummersPod. You can follow me at Cade.Larson.
Me, Jackie, at Miss Jackie Charlotte.
You can follow me, Morgan, at Mo Jarman.
Anyways, thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.